Hello everyone, this is Dr. Victoria Scarborough speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts, and I'm going to do a card reading for the new moon in Libra. It's at 16 degrees of Libra. It's occurring on the 8th of October, which is tomorrow. Today's actually the 7th. It's Sunday evening, going into evening anyway, here on the east coast of the U.S. So I'm shuffling to do this reading. I'm going to be using my new fountain deck. Where are we? The Fountain Tarot. Okay. It's very clean. The images are very clean. They're kind of soft as far as the colors, and I think we could use a little softness these days. They're also quite beautiful, and one of the things Libra rules is beauty as a Venus-ruled sign. So I thought that would be a nice thing to use. I like to use cards that sort of symbolize the energy of the actual zodiac sign that the new moon's in. So we'll try these. We'll see. I used these. Was it yesterday when I did the lessons around the Kavanaugh experience? So you've seen them before if you've seen my other videos. I'm also going to pick a mystical shaman oracle card at the end of it and see what we come up with that, just to sort of, reinforce the reading, see what comes up with that. They are amazing cards with beautiful artwork. Okay, so I'm done shuffling, as you probably can hear. So just a couple of words about this new moon. This new moon is at 16 degrees of Libra. It is square Pluto, and it is actually opposite. Is it opposite? No, it's in conjunct Neptune. Neptune is an energy that is difficult to pin down. It's the energy of boundarylessness. There's no boundaries with Neptune. It is the highest spiritual vibration of oneness, but it can also be illusion and delusion and escapism. And an inconjunct is a challenging aspect because there's nothing direct about it. It's like you have to keep making these constant adjustments. And so this new moon, this process through this new moon, we're going to have to constantly be checking ourselves. And it's difficult to check yourself with Neptune. Neptune is the type of energy that once you think you figured it out, everything shifts and changes. I have a prominent Neptune in my chart, and I have a Pisces moon, so things are always shifting and changing, and so we will have that energy of shifting and changing. 16 degrees of Libra, the Sabian symbol is, after a storm, a boat landing stands in need of reconstruction. And it's about repairing our relationship, not just repairing our relationship to each other, which is what Libra is about, really, relationship, not necessarily repair, certainly learning how to relate. But there certainly has been a storm, and it's been around legal issues, so this will be interesting to see what this card reading shows. So I'm going to cut the cards now. One of the things you have to be careful of with Neptune in Pisces and Libra, just Libra in general, is codependency and things like that, enmeshment, and unduly sacrificing yourself. So be careful of that. Okay. So the first card we have is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Now I've been putting the cards down, and you can see my hands, but the way my camera is set up, you see the cards upside down, so and some people are confused that they're upside down. I don't generally read cards upside down, incidentally. If there is a card that's upside down, I will say it, but generally I don't read a card upside down. So here we have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune is about a change in fortune. There has been a shift, okay? And we certainly have felt the shift. The key with the Wheel of Fortune card is there is this sense of constantly sort of turning round and round and round. And the key to the Wheel of Fortune card is not to get caught on the outside of the wheel, but move into the center and watch the ups and downs. Okay, watch the ups and downs. It's like when I was a kid, they had this thing called a merry-go-round in the playground, and you would sit on it and you would push it, and it would go round and round and round in a circle. And the further out you were towards the edge, the more centrifugal force you would feel. If you could move into the center of that wheel, you could just stand there and put your hands up, like, hey, look what I can do. But if you let go when you were on the outer wheel, you'd get like thrown off. And I grew up in the inner city, and believe me, you did not want to get thrown off on the playground. Because one of the favorite things to the teenagers to do was break bottles. So it was unsafe to be on the edge, and it's unsafe to be on the edge now, for sure. Okay, the challenge card here is the Five of Coins. This is the same card that came as a challenge. Sorry, my lighting here is not really that good, I don't think. Yeah, that's better. This came as a challenge card when I was talking about the experience from the Kavanaugh reading. And so this is the same thing. We're challenged not to be in despair. And this is about looking, even though you feel like you're in the pit of despair or the pit of darkness, it's about looking for the light. Looking for the light. So that's the challenge. Through all these changes that we're going through, how do we find the light? How do we find the light? Let's see what's at the bottom of this reading. Oh, this is the Justice card. Justice is the card associated with Libra. And so how do we keep our balance? That's at the root of it. How do we keep our balance through this time? In the past, we have the World card. Okay, the World card is actually the card associated with October. If we take 10, which is the month of October, and add 11, which is the universal month, we get 21. The World card is 21. And so we have just had a culmination of an experience. The World card is about endings and beginnings. Okay? And so we have an ending in the past. Okay? And we have the new beginning is the Wheel of Fortune. Where will the Wheel of Fortune land? How do we not get really... how do we keep out of this dejection that we feel? In the sky is the Chariot card. The Chariot card is about deciding on a direction and moving in it. The Chariot card is a card associated with the soul's journey into incarnation. Some of the, and I don't know if this one has it, this guy doesn't really have armor. Some of the Chariot cards, the charioteer is wearing armor, and that armor is symbolic of, our, what's under the armor is the soul, and what's the armor is sort of the personality and the path that we take. And there's a light horse and a dark horse, and it's about sort of driving down the middle, half light, half dark. It's about keeping the balance and sort of driving along a straight line without veering off one side or the other into the extremes. The immediate future, so this is kind of the energy of the month, is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is, there's a lot of illusion and delusion with the Seven of Cups. In the Rider-Waite deck, if I have it here, oh, here we go. I'll just, I don't generally do this, but I'll pull it out so you can see what it looks like in the Rider-Waite deck. Many of you probably already know this, but I think it's useful, especially when you're using a new deck. I mean, this deck is beautiful. But let's see if I can find the 7. And you'll recognize it because it comes up over and over and over again. It's been coming up for weeks now. Okay, coming up for weeks. Can I find it? Last card on the bottom. This one. Okay, this card in this deck is the same as this card. And so this is about all these choices, but there's there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of confusion, a lot of choices. And this person doesn't look all that happy. Okay? So we'll be going through, trying to figure out what's real and what's not real. Okay? That's part of the Neptune in conjunct the new moon. How other people are seeing us. How other people are seeing us. We have the Eight of Cups. This is about putting a lot of energy in one place and then sort of turning your back on it. There's a sense of being abandoned with this card sometimes. There's a sense of not being spiritually fulfilled, and that's the reason why you move away. Our domestic situation, we have the Ace of Coins. It's an interesting card. So the Ace of Coins is about the potential for manifestation. All the aces have potential. But the Ace of Pentacles is the one that you have to do the work for. This is no guarantee that anything's going to happen. You have to work for it. And so there needs to be you need to sort of put your back into, if you want things to change, if you want your life to change, if you want things to be different, if you want to be more prosperous, you have to work it. Okay, so that's what this card, the potential is there. Now it's up to you to work it. So whatever it is that you are deciding on focusing on, if it is to repair, if it is to communicate, if it is to make more money, if it is whatever you want to focus on in your domestic situation, the potential is there for manifestation if you work hard enough. Now this is a month-long reading, okay? So we're looking at this in the realm of a month, okay? This is the hopes and fears. The hopes and fears is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is the card where the guy is up on the hill and there's all these wands coming at him, but he has the higher ground. And so there's a lot of people who are tired of fighting, but there are a lot of people who want to keep on fighting because they feel like they have the moral high ground. So you could be one of the, hope, fear, whichever it is. Hopes and fears is just generally something that's, that position is generally just something that's like sort of under, it's that thing in the pit of your stomach, or the hope that's that, the hope in your heart or the fear in the pit of your stomach. It sort of like spans that particular card. That particular position of the cards. The outcome is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a highly creative energy. It is, in the Kabbalah, it's associated with Kether, or the crown, the topmost Sephiroth circle on the Tree of Life. And so there's a lot of potential. So we have two aces in this reading, which is very exciting because October is about endings and new beginnings. And so we've seen the ending and we have the new beginning. And the Wheel of Fortune card is actually a 10 vibration. So it's a 10-1 vibration. So we have so if we add that as a 1, we have three ones in this reading, which is very exciting. And so the Ace of Wands is about creativity. It's about spirit. It's about becoming instead of despirited, which would be the challenge card, right? It's about becoming inspired with spirit and creativity. And so this is an opportunity for great creativity through this month. Okay, I'm going to just pull a couple more cards and see. Two of Wands. See if I can get a major arcana within 3. Two of Cups. And the Knight of Wands. Okay, so I did not get a major arcana, so let's look at the bottom of the deck. And here we have a major arcana, which is the Empress. And this is sort of the card that underlies everything. And so the Empress is the energy of the divine feminine. It is there's two cards in the major arcana that are symbols of the divine feminine: the High Priestess and the Empress. And the Empress is more of the fertile, fecundity, mother vibration. She is ruled by Venus. This card in the Tree of Life is connected to Venus. And of course, she's connected to Venus in the tarot as well. Okay? It is the 3 card. 3 is the number of manifestation. And so we are, underneath all of this is the energy of the goddess, is the energy of growing and nurturing and loving and imagination. And so it's about imagining the world that you want to have. We have been through a terrible ordeal. No matter what side of the divide that you are on, it has not been fun for anybody. And instead of focusing on the wins and the losses, now what are you going to do with your energy? Now it's about recreating the energy, creating your life and the life that you want to see. And I don't care what side of the divide you're on. I think people want to be happy. I think people want to feel safe, and I think people want to feel like what they have to say matters and who they are matters. And I think that's true on both sides. So let's remember that. Now, I said I was going to do an oracle card. Now, these oracle cards are not like tarot cards, and so I'm going to pick one of these oracle cards, and then I'm going to read what it says in the book. I just got these, so I'll look at the card, and we can look at it together and see if we see any symbols in it whatsoever. So I'm shuffling them. They're kind of big, so they're a little unwieldy to shuffle, but I'll manage. Okay, and this deck is by Alberto Villoldo, Colette Baron Reed, and Marcela Lobos. And the illustrations are by Jean Della Grottalia. Beautiful, beautiful art in these. I saw these first with well, actually I saw them at Barnes & Noble, but then I saw Amanda Ellis use them, and I was like, oh, I gotta get those. So I had to wait a little bit till I could afford to get them, but I got them. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna pull a card just somewhere out of the deck. Thunder. Thunder. That's the card. Thunder. This is just beautiful. It almost looks like the Sun and Mars in this deck. It looks like the Sun here and just the colors and Mars, but I don't know. And we have water here. Okay. So this is the card, and I'm going to read from the book, and I'll hold the card up while I'm reading, so you I'm sorry, you can hear what I have to say while you're looking at the picture. Okay, yeah, these are very, very lovely. Okay, so I'm going to hold this up and read for you. Let's make sure you can see it. Okay. The essence. Legend speaks of great thunder beings who live in the sky and call for your attention when great occurrences are meant to happen in the world. They warn when tensions in the situation are called upon to be released. Their presence in your reading reminds you of the dramatic moments in life that change everything. Both awesome and frightening when thunder arrives, it is also a wake-up call, one you will not soon forget. And this is the invitation. When thunder comes into your reading, it refers to a big dramatic change that feels like a herd of wild bison on the run. You feel it right through your bones, and you know that you are powerless to influence whatever events have been set in motion. This is the time to be prepared for anything. Your life is an adventure, and wonderful opportunities are arriving now. The trick is to learn to run with them. Qualities that you'll need now more than ever are flexibility, dexterity, and a willingness to experience it all without dictating from where or from what opportunities will come. Your destiny is arriving. Be ready. And so that kind of connects with this card here, I think. You know, being on your path, being ready to go in the direction. Okay, so exciting times in October. If you enjoy this reading, if you have comments or questions, you can put those below. subscribe, like if you like, and a lot of potential for new beginnings. And let's focus on the things we want to bring into our lives instead of being distracted by the things that we don't want. Be kind to one another, and I will see you again next month. Have a great month. Bye.